I was not aware of this. It's like a bench, see? Bench. Somebody constructed it. It looks as though during the summer months, or whatever it is, they're actually teaching a bushcraft school here, I think for kids. So you'll see in a second. Just did a quick scout of the area. The abundance of firewood is unbelievable. That's the big stack of it over there, up against the tree that I showed you earlier. There's so much around here. That's a fire reflector. Gone wrong. Well, it was once upon a time a very, very big fire reflector. It's about 15 feet, 12 feet. You can see the pole suspended up there. That was either for a lean-to or to suspend a tent, maybe. And then, sorry for the shaky camera. I'm so out of breath, man. That hill was so hard to climb. There's also a fire there. See, somebody did a fire right there. Yeah, and another one here. It looks as though there's another fire there once upon a time. So much firewood and chopped wood around. And yeah, there's somebody left a tarp. There's a tarp over here, more logs. Yeah, sorry for the shaky camera. Yeah, somebody built, there's like benches, like built-in benches over here. And somebody left that tarp. I don't know if you can see that yet. Right there. The ground is very unstable here, hence the reason the camera is so shaky. But I think it's going to be such a cool place to camp. If you head straight in that direction for about 100 meters, there's a stream. Look at that flat spot down there. Wow. Yeah, so let's see, there's another fire place there. Once upon a time, and somebody left the tarp. All these benches and logs, and yeah, I think they teach a bushcraft school here. Oh, what is it? What is it? What is it? Oh, it's an air mat. It's a double air mat. A double air mat. That's somebody that's left behind. Royal is the make. Royal. Okay. Somebody left that behind there. Another fireplace there. Man, there's that fires all over the place. But look at the amount of, there's some twine down there. Somebody was making something from twine. There's a glove. More burnt firewood and stuff. Benches. Yeah, they teach some sort of school here, which is pretty cool. And but I think I want to get up out of their eye line and then just quickly walk back to this place to actually get some firewood. It's just everywhere. Look at the amount of downed logs. I mean, I'm not going to have to cut anything. This is firewood everywhere, like. So that's fantastic. Hey, there's another bench up over there, and it looks like another fire reflector. I think it's like a, you know, like a school, bushcraft teaching school, where just the sheer abundance of kids and people actually camp out, you know. And if I'd have known this was here, I wouldn't have brought my chair. I regret bringing my chair now. So yeah, I'm just wondering where to pitch, you know. I wouldn't say it's designated this time of year. And I'm filming this as well because if anyone says anything to me tomorrow, there shouldn't be. Today's Patrick's Day, by the way. It's actually St. Patrick's Day. So happy Patrick's Day. Yeah, if anybody comes here tomorrow, you know, and they ask me about this stuff. Water. I didn't even need water. If somebody asks me, I'm going to say, that is not mine. This is not mine. And I'll be able to prove that I walked in filming. You know, I walked in filming it and it's definitely not mine. Because I don't want to be, you know, I don't want anybody pointing the cold finger of Johnny Law at me. Hells no. I think I'm going to check out what's over here. What is over here? I'll leave my water here. Actually, I should put my bag down too. No, not yet. I still have my bag on. Let's see, this looks like double fire reflectors, right? And you would do that because directly facing the first fire reflector is one way to come in. There's a road down there. And directly facing this one here is another road. So somebody's done that to hide the flames. There's also, can you see that there? There's like rope in the tree. And more poles being hung and stuff. So this is pretty cool. And all my this is a wild forest. Like in all my adventures going to places like this, I've never come across anything like this before. There's more firewood. So it's going to be cool. Now, I just want the flattest possible spot to pitch. Where to? Probably here, to be honest. I've won there. Yeah, right there. If I kick those rocks and stuff out of the way, that could be a great place to pitch. I could put a ridge line going from one to the other, and suspend from that. Do you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. It's going to be dark in like an hour, but the good news is I'm going to pitch my tent, have food, and then just go collect firewood. I don't even have to cut it. It's just everywhere. It's so cool. I'm really happy. Okay, just to prove that actually is the 17th of March. It's Patrick's Day. So, once again, happy. Oh, gear bomb tree. Tent. I got the I have two ground sheets, two thick ground sheets. That's why I didn't have to bring the raw mat, the foam mat this time. So yeah, I'm going to I don't even need it. The space in there is actually so grassy and packed, it's so mossy. I don't even need a blow up mat, but I'm going to use it in case it gets cold. So, see that? I hang my lantern from there, somebody made that, this bench. And I have my fire right there where the old fire is, because there's no point making a new burn, you know? Just have it right there. I'm going to put my seat between those stumps. My seat right there. and that will be my table. Put my fire right here. Fire right here beside the old fire. That's the plan. It's getting really dark. There's evidence of a bushcraft school everywhere. That's lichen. Somebody's making lichen here. Somebody had the cotton swab. Oh no, sorry, that's tissue. Sorry, toilet paper. Yeah, getting dark. And that was a lean-to shelter. Someone's actually packed moss on the back of this here, on the back of it there. And yeah, there's my tent over there. Get that set up right now actually before it gets too dark. I don't have to get firewood, it's just everywhere. Firewood is everywhere. It's so cool. It'll be the first time I've ever done like a camping trip and probably won't have to use my axe or knife. I think just a saw maybe to cut some bigger pieces and that's it. So pretty cool. Getting very dark. Bought a second one of these. The first one worked out so well. Bought a second one. And I have two of them. Hopefully to stop the pokies coming through the blow up mat. Hopefully. I don't want it to blow on me tonight. It's going to be a cold. Pretty nifty. Two sleeping bags I'm in for him. Yeah, you can see two sleeping bags in case it gets too cold. It's supposed to get down to, it could get down to -2 tonight, which is pretty cold by Irish standards. Today actually was probably the nicest looking Patrick's Day that I've seen in years, man. I think it was like, God, probably about 15 years since we had weather this mild for mid-March. Yeah, a couple of days ago, wind and rain and awfulness, and that's usually the way it is, you know. People come from all over the world to come to Dublin. We're actually in Dublin right now. We're in the Dublin mountains right now, and yeah, like 300,000 people flew into Dublin airport yesterday, and something like, no, 200,000 flew in yesterday. 200,000 people flew into Dublin yesterday, and something like another 200,000 in the week coming, you know. We always get a lot of Americans actually, and a lot of Brazilians, because they have a huge claim to ancestry in those countries. So, yeah. Can you see me? You can. No, it's so dark. I apologize. I need a better torch. I have to get a proper big torch pretty soon. Oh, left side. Oh, it's on the other side. Down. I have to get these lofty. Get lofty. No, you get lofty. Something spilled in the bag. Sleeping bag got wet. Right where my back will be. Wet here, wet here. So I need that to dry out quickly. I won't be home to bed for another like 5 or 6 hours, but still, I need that to dry out very, very soon. The lighting is terrible. I apologize sincerely. I wish I had. I need a better lantern. I'm going to get one. The ones I was looking into are also big and heavy. This one was lightweight, that's why I went with it. I just heard something over there. Sounded like it might be a fox. It's such a cool setup. Wish I could show you the whole thing. I wish I had better light. Light up the entire ground. Oh, hear that? No, it's probably an owl actually. Owls make some really strange sounds sometimes. So yeah, sorry. If I can. It's better if I just keep. There you go. Here it is again. So yeah, it's such a cool setup. Fire is going to be here. Seat. I'm going to put my seat in between there. I'll be using this little one over here as my table. That's going to be my table. Yeah, those are my drinks. What is it? What is making that noise? What are you? So full beam? Full beam. Okay, we'll say full beam for the moment. It's not actually that dark. The sky out there is, you know, it's not full dark yet. It's not going to be full dark for like another 15-20 minutes. But it's still pretty dark. You know, tent over there. Need that sleeping bag to dry actually. Really need it to dry. Wish me luck. So yeah, got to get settled in now. See a fire soon. Oh yeah, I'm using methylated spirits to start the fire. That's actually just a bottle, a vitamin bottle that's in. But methylated spirits to start the fire because a lot of the wood is wet. That's my secret, by the way. That's my trick. You put a drop of this in a tuna can, put it underneath, all your sticks on top, light it. Even like this much, like half an inch in the bottom of a tuna can will burn for like 10 minutes. So you're guaranteed to start a fire no matter what. Yeah, that's the trick. That's my secret when it comes to wet weather. Bring methylated spirits. I wonder what it is. Could be a duck? Pheasant? There's wild turkeys here. We have wild turkeys in these woods. But it's not Christmas yet. So I decided to set my chair between the two stumps. I have a table here. Not a table here. Put my camera on that one actually. Start a fire soon. Cut some logs there. Gathered some other small sticks, and the big logs at the back there are kind of wet, so they'll go very, very last. This will be enough now for at least a 2-hour fire. And then I've got these two huge big logs right here. I can perch. It's so easy to cut when the weight is hanging this way and the weight is hanging down that way. The Boreal 21 over here just rips right through them. So I'm loving this Boreal 21. It's so good. So yeah, I think I'm set. And I'm a little bit out of breath from sawing the logs, but man, I can't believe it. Like, normally by this stage my knees hurt a little bit, my back will hurt a little bit, you know. There's just nothing like that today. Today it's all so easy, and good thing too, because I didn't get here till 5:30. Like I said, it's Patrick's Day for like the 1 millionth time. It is Patrick's Day. Yeah, but let me fix the camera here. Can you see me? I don't know if you can see me here. There's a light majorly in your. You should be able to see me. Down here. So yeah, just the light. Got my gloves. Is red light better? It's probably worse, isn't it? It's probably worse. I don't know, my apologies. On the screen, I can't see anything. That's off. That's on full beam, half beam, okay. So yeah, I'm just delighted to have all of this here. You know, the setup. Yeah, it's Patrick's Day for the 1 millionth time, so happy Irish Day. A friend of mine likes to say, happy No Snakes in Ireland Day. So yeah. It's a rumour, by the way, the snakes just never made it here when the island broke off on the mainland. It was about 6,500 years ago. The snakes were just not here. They were here, but they died out, basically. They were not banished from the land. They actually died out, is what happened. I don't know if you can see me, maybe. Were you talking to me? Yeah, so, yeah, in other words, it's mid-March, and it's going to get cold tonight, and normally, on a night like tonight, it's getting cold already. I think it's down to about 2 degrees right now. So normally I'd have to collect so much firewood, you know, chopping and cutting and betoning and all the rest. Don't have to do any of it now. It's all here, and there's just actually just so much littered about. I know later on when the fire dies down, I'm always like, when the fire dies down, you know, it's bedtime. I'm like, I can do it again for half an hour. You know, I'll get it going again for half an hour. I know I can see myself doing that later as well, definitely. So, yeah. But yeah, it's been a dream come true, in that I'm in this place where they actually teach bushcraft by the looks of things, and people camping, and it's just abundance of already chopped firewood. I showed you earlier, there was a lot of it lined up against a tree. I went looking for it, but I couldn't find it. I've strolled too far. I'll see it first thing tomorrow when it gets light. Watch, I'll be raging. I'll probably go looking for it later on, maybe, who knows. There seems to be enough in the area anyway. There's more over here, there's a big stack of it over here. I've cut plenty myself. I can easily cut through those other logs. Those logs were part of one of the fire reflectors, so they were off the ground. So yeah, they're gonna be a dream. I'll probably cut them and split them actually. One is fatter than the other, so what I'll do is I'll cut and split the fat one. I'll cut it into about, I'd say, probably get about 10 sections out of it. Split them in half, that's 20 more logs. And then the other one, I'll just cut into whatever it is, like 10 sections, and throw them on. It should be a really good fire. Right now, I'm hungry again, and I want a drinky poo. So, join me later when I start the fire. I'll actually film it this time if I remember. I always forget to film starting the fire. And today I'm going to be doing it using, you know, methylated spirits in a vitamin gummies bottle that I have from years ago. It's a really strong bottle. I've broke these bottles lots of times, you know. I think it was the plastic bottle that I bought in the shop that actually leaked and got my sleeping bag wet. The bottom of my rucksack is wet as well, so, you know. The outer sleeve of the sleeping bag is waterproof, but it has a hole on top, so that's where it actually went in through the hole. So yeah, it didn't get too wet. It only got a little bit wet, but it's not good to have it wet at all when I'm going to be lying in it later on. You know, I could put it over the fire for a while, but then it'll stink. You know, it'll stink like campfire, which I normally like the smell of campfire, but not the immediate, when it's immediately on your clothes. I like it the next day. It reminds me of, you know, the forest and stuff. So yeah, hopefully it dries out. Should dry out. I'll check in a minute. Close the tent. So yeah, join me later and we shall start the fire. We didn't start the fire. Full dark now. That's the moon up there. I don't know if you can see it. It's so full and so bright that it looks like a lamppost or something. You know, a light and, you know, whatever. It's it's really bright. And yeah, I can't remember the last time there was a full moon at this time of year. Yeah, it's cool. Start a fire soon. What else? Yeah, I must remember to show how to start a fire. Very simple. That's the tuna can there. So yeah, that's the tuna can. Fill it about halfway up. Very small. It's only about 1 inch high. A little bit over. You fill it halfway up. Use your fire steel to strike sparks, or a lighter or a match. You just don't put it into the liquid. Apparently it's not the liquid that burns, it's the fumes. So you just hold it over it, and first of all it turns blue. About 30 seconds later it's a yellow flame, and it'll just burn for about 10 minutes. I'm going to put it down between, you know, it's going to be on the rock there. That's a rock. It'll be on top of that to balance it out, with all the brush, the small sticks on top of, between the two logs. Those logs will eventually burn too. They're soaking wet. They've been on the ground for a while. It rained for about half an hour earlier, so yeah. But I will show me actually starting the fire this time, if I remember. Hopefully I do. So let me look at the screen. You see me? Okay, you can see me sort of. My apologies, the light here is going to be really bad. There's the tin. Yep, every time I turn I can't see. Okay, yeah. So this area tin, methylated spirits. Yeah, I'll show you my method. Pour about halfway in. That's what I do. Sometimes it doesn't always work. Sometimes you do this and I always bring way too much. That's usually all I need to use right there, is that much. This was up to here. This was up to like here. I know. So about a half an inch has gone out of it. It's usually all, but sometimes the wood is so wet. You actually have to use more, but I've never needed more than 2 goes to get a fire going, even in heavy rain. Like even if it's actually raining, I'll just put up the tarp. Oh, I still have my other tarp there. I haven't put that up, but it's not going to rain tonight anyway. So, but yeah, that's what I do. I'd actually build a tarp over the fire, about 6 feet off the ground, and yeah, you go again the second time. Even in I mean, if it's pouring down rain. I used to do this before I started filming camping years ago. And yeah, it works every time. It's just a surefire way. It's better than anything. It's better than a fire log or a fat stick or the rope, the fire rope stuff. It's better than all of that. It actually just works 100% every time, because depending on how much you put in, if you were to fill that tuna can is about, look at my thumb, like tuna can is about 1 inch high, not even. I would say less than 1 inch, maybe about 1 inch, yeah, 25 mil, and yeah, if you were to fill that, it'll burn for like half an hour, So yeah, anyway, let's start this fire. So what I do is, I'm hoping you can see this pretty good. Can you see that good? So when I look up, I can't tell. Okay, I think you can. I think I framed it right. So yeah, and I just level up the stone, leave the stone in there, put that down, try to get it as level as possible, as flat as possible, so the flame comes up. There's no wind tonight, so it's going to burn straight up, probably. And you could use your fire steel if you wanted to use your fire steel. I have a lighter with me, so I'm just going to use the lighter instead, because it's just so much easier. And like I said, you don't put it into the flame, you just hold it over the flame. And there it is. So when your wood is wet, you just do that. Just light that bad boy up, like so, and it will continuously burn. That much there will actually burn for about 10 minutes. That much. Let me turn my light off, see what happens. There it is. It's boiling. So yeah, pretty good. Where's my bramble? Here, my bramble. Not good enough. Get down, motherfucker. Okay, it's actually taken off so quickly. They're drier than I thought they were. Yeah. So get the bigger stuff on now. Bigger, drier. Crisscross applesauce. Sometimes as well, sometimes the tin is there the next morning, sometimes it completely disappears. If the fire gets hot enough, it just evaporates the metal. The metal is such a crap metal anyway, it's not titanium or something, Yeah, sometimes it disappears. I don't know why, but it does. Yep. How's that looking on camera? Yeah, it already looks like it's taken, right? It hasn't, by the way. We're not in the woods yet. Let's see. not sure how long I should film this actually. You hear the crackles? The crackles are wet burning, basically. So I'm told. I don't know, if you're watching this video, you probably watch a lot of bushcraft and camping videos, so you know all this stuff already. It's very straightforward. Yep. You can zoom in and show you that only a fraction of that methylated spirits has actually disappeared. See the purple in there? Still there. Hasn't gone anywhere. Oops. God, so bad. There it is. So this should take, I think, pretty soon. So it's lifting now. Put the first big logs, medium logs on, and they're burning pretty good. Excuse me. So yeah, I actually feel a bit coldy. I took an antigen test. I do not have COVID. It's just a normal cough, fog on your chest kind of thing. Which is going to be suspect for about the next 100 years. Anybody who coughs in a supermarket, and about 20 people are going to look at you, you know, get used to it, guys. It's the new normal. Anyway, fire's looking good. I'm proud of it. It's going to take, definitely. I can't see the tin right now. I think the tin is gone. It's in there, it's buried in ash. But really, because of the stones beneath it, they're going to superheat, basically. This fire is not going to go out. Like it's gonna keep going. And yeah, you know, I would imagine I'll show it tomorrow morning. I won't lie, if the tin is there, it'll be there. But I would imagine the tin won't be there. It will be completely obliterated underneath those hot coals. So watch this space, and we shall check it tomorrow. It's a rager, bud. Good morning. Got tea brewing. It's on the way. Oh, look at my setup. I just, use my knife to carve down a stick and put it in the ground. And there you go. I really miss the gear bomb. I really miss the roll mat. I'm using two ground sheets right now. Two ground sheets to stop anything from poking into the air mat, which is working in that regard. But it slides all over the place. The mat just will not stay where it's supposed to stay. The foam mat really locked it in place. There's so much more grippy. So yeah, I miss the foam mat.
Right, tea time, breakfast time. It's 2 o'clock, by the way. It's 2:05. So I went to bed really late, and I slept really late. Good times. Foggy lens. Okay, it's better.